Hello, hi everyone, welcome back. In the last video lecture, we discussed about what are values, morals, and ethics. Now, in this lesson, we shall see what is value education and how it differs from skill education. To begin with, let me tell you a story which has an Arabic background. It is a story of two extraordinary brothers who demonstrated exemplary generosity. Once, two brothers who were very close to each other and always working together tended a field in Jerusalem. During the threshing season, they would divide the corn among themselves by making two heaps of equal height. Afterwards, they would stay the night at a place in order to guard the fields against robbery. On one such occasion, one of the brothers woke up during the night and mumbled, "It is not really right that I receive the same amount of corn as my brother does. He raises a family and has many more expenses than I do." He stood up, removed 7 measures from his own pile, and put it on that of his brother. Then he went back to sleep. Shortly afterwards, his brother also woke up and thought by himself, "It is not right that I receive the same amount of corn as my brother. He is alone and misses the joys of life that I experience." He too stood up and removed 7 measures from his pile and put it on the top of his brother's. When both of them woke up in the morning, they were astonished to see that the piles had remained the same. God blessed their deeds and declared the threshing floor to be holy forever. With this background on the value of generosity, let us ask a noble question to ourselves. How do we live a fulfilling life? Do the following fulfill your life? Feeling of happiness and self, healthy body, feeling of prosperity, ability to get whatever physical facilities you want, good relations with those connected with you, peace and harmony in the society around you, coexistence in an environment which is pollution free and where there is no depletion of resources. And finally, ability to understand the salient aspects of your own reality. This list will vary from individual to individual. There may be additions, there may be deletions. In short, this is something which you have been aspiring for. It's a difficult question whether you have been trying really to achieve it or not. Aspirations for fulfilling life is a universal reality for all human beings. Now, to understand a fulfilling life, lead to understanding of the program to ensure it. That is, there is need for appropriate education. Education prepares us to lead such a life. That is the obvious reason that a human being devotes significant part of his or her life in education. Once the concept of education is clear, let us talk about two facets of education. That is value education and skill education. Every human being has to find answers to the following two questions in life: what to do, how to do. Value education addresses the former one, and skill education addresses the latter one. Value education clarify your goals, basic aspirations, and program to fulfill these aspirations. Whereas skill education is dealing with learning of skills as well as techniques to implement the program. Before going into the details of value education and skill education, once again let us come back to the basic concept about values. Every entity has got a value. It is immaterial, whether it is a living one or a non living one. Value is nothing but participation in the larger order of which it is a part. For example, the value of a brush is that it can paint. Painting is a participation of the brush in the bigger order in which it is present along with the canvas and the painter. Now let us be more specific. What about the value of a human being? Value of a human being is the natural or expected participation in the larger order at different levels. Now, what are these levels? The basic level is the individual himself or herself. Then comes the family, the society, and ultimately the nature itself. Before moving further, let me narrate an incident from the Holy Bible which tells us about the values. It is a story of Abraham and Lot. Abraham was the ancestor of Jews, and his cousin's name was Lot. This story has been modeled on the story of a good Samaritan, again explained in the Bible. Before dying, Abraham summoned Lot and gave him 3 tiny saplings to plant in a spot near Jerusalem. Not wishing to deny his brother, Lot went out and planted the saplings at the place pointed out to him. After a while, the plants opened up. Then Lot left that place. After leaving that place, he fell prone to many sins. When after a time he came to regret his disobedience and sought for a way of repent, God's angel approached him and said, Lot, you will only receive God's forgiveness if you sprinkle Abraham's plants with water from the Jordan River. Lot was happy to perform this seemingly simple deed that would give him entrance to the heaven. In good mood, he departed from his place for the Jordan River, where he filled his water bag. On the way back to Jerusalem, he met a thirsty pilgrim who asked him for water. Lot did not hesitate giving him the bag. But the pilgrim drank the bag until it was completely dry. Lot did not have any other option but to return to the Jordan to fill his bag again. His disbelief grew when another pilgrim crossed his way and asked him for water. Again the bag ran empty. The same coincidence happened a third time, and Lot went desperate. Now the angel appeared before him. Lot, sweating profusely, asked, "What do you want me to do, O angel? If I deny those thirsty travelers, I do a wrong. But when I give them a drink, I am not able to water the plants which you said would save my life. I am fainting. Please let me die." The angel told him, "Don't worry. Each time you give those thirsty travelers your water, I personally took care to put some water on the plants, and now they are growing." After hearing this, Lot died in peace. What this story tells us: people can also be exceedingly generous under tiring situations, even. Now, once the concept of values and skills are clear, let us see what is value education. According to R.R. Gaur and others, value education is nothing but the part of education that deals with the understanding of one's participation in a large order and thus ensuring it in living. Now we have come across two terms: value education and skill education. Now, which are more important, values or skills? As such, there is a complementarity between values and skills. They should go hand in hand for any human endeavors to be successful towards living a fulfilling life. Skills are means to achieve certain purposes. For example, technology skills, management skills, medical skills, and so on. Though skills are required to achieve a particular purpose in an efficient and effective way, it does not decide its purpose. Several technology, management, and medicinal skills can be used for good purposes as well as for bad purposes. Then who will identify this scope? There comes value education. That is why you say, even though both values and skills are essential for human welfare, values have a higher priority over skills. Now, having gone through the concepts of value education and skill education, now we need to see the important implications of value education. This will be dealt in our next video lecture. Till that time, bye. Take care.